Hey everybody, I was making progress on these and I just wanted to show you how far I've come. They're going to be for my junk journal file folders boxes that I've been making, and I haven't decided how I'm going to label them. That's why they're blank. But I'm just going to use some hook and eye little dots and then attach them that way, and then I can switch them out if I want to. But this is what they look like, and I wanted it to look, I like the shabby chic look, so I wanted to try and do something along those lines. But I thought they turned out pretty good. I just paper mache'd, and then I put Liquitex Basics gesso, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. In case you want to see it, it's pretty straightforward and easy. And then after I let that dry, I either use this folk art home decor chalk paint, and it's in patina, to match my boxes, and or because I did use some Prismacolor. It didn't come out as bright, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use that or not, but I did use the raw umber, but you can pretty much use any brown, because I actually added too much white on there, so I had to put some brown back in, so it's not too difficult. You just draw on there, and then when you want to do the Mod Podge to seal it, it's all sealed in. I did try to use the pencil after I did the Mod Podge because I was thinking I just wanted to improve on it, and it didn't really take. So then I had to use the chalk paint with a little tiny brush. So what I did was I just put the gesso in a little applesauce container that I had, and I sprayed a little bit of water on there to make it watery, and because you want to have a whitewash effect. And let's see, I'm gonna take these away and put my cutting mat here to so it'll protect the table, or the and this part's not going to be seen, but excuse me, you can still, I mean, I still paint it. So I can't remember if I actually, oops, spray painted this. But even if you make it too whitewashed, you can still add back in the brown with the pencil after everything dries. So I might have to do that. I'm kind of can't remember exactly how I did it. It's nice making these videos because then if you have it on a video, then you can go back and see how you actually did it. Because sometimes I forget, because I have several different projects going normally, because I have ADHD and autism. But it's fun, and it helps strengthen your decoupage skills and your paper mache, because I would like to do doll's head someday, and design doll's heads and paint them. And then I have a instructions for soft body doll, and I love sewing, but I'm not that great at it, but practice makes perfect. So once I get all my sewing machines out of storage, I can start doing my sewing projects, which I really, really want to do badly. The problem with having things in storage is that when you put the things in storage, you don't really organize it, so you don't know where the stuff is. I tried to have it organized when I first started putting my things, but life happens. I had to take care of my parents, and so I kept on having to move, and my things, other people were helping me, so my things weren't really well organized, because I was going through a lot of changes, and it was extremely stressful. And whenever that happens, it's hard to stay organized with your things. But I think that's my life goal, is to get organized. It's not a bad goal, huh? I hope you guys can see. I apologize. I sometimes forget that I need to stay under the camera when I'm making a video. So anyway, that looks pretty good. And then later on, if there's any areas that you want to make brighter, like add little streaks of white, you can just go in with a old paintbrush that's really tiny and just do it. Like I would like to get the corners on there. At one point in time, I was interested in starting my own mural business, and I did do a few murals. One, I started in my own house, and then I was working at Michael's Arts and Crafts, and I was a cashier, and this lady came through my line, and she seemed to be, well, she asked me some questions, and I asked her what she was wanting to do, and so she was saying that she wanted to do a mural and above her front door. And so then we got to talking, and I said, well, I could do it for you because I'm an artist. So she said, wow, that's great. So that's what we did, and it turned out really nice. I really, and she liked it too. And then she took pictures of me doing, painting, which was very nice of her to do that, because I still have them to this day, and I was hoping to add them to my portfolio. And then I did a huge mural in Michael's classroom when I became an artist, or an art teacher there. And it was just of the beach, and the sand, the water, and the sky. And then I put sea oats in there, and I put a trail. And then they had, the classroom had this, I don't know what you call it. It was like a pipe. It was a white pipe, and I don't know what it was for, but I painted that and I made it into a palm tree. That was my solution to the design problem. But then my life started going sideways at that time because I started having serious problems with my ex-husband, and they let me go from the teaching position because I couldn't focus. I couldn't show up on time because my life was in a shambles. My ex-husband was giving me a really hard time, so I couldn't concentrate on teaching my classes. And so then they also were going through corporate wanted to homogenize all the classrooms and make them look more professional and sterile. So they painted over my beautiful mural, and they didn't tell me. Nobody told me, and I couldn't get a picture of it, and I was really upset. So that kind of ended my mural painting interest and business. You have to be in pretty good shape physically because you have to stand there for hours and paint. But I've also painted decorative windows for different businesses. One was a travel company. I can't remember exactly. They're having some kind of deal where they're gonna have a cruise to the Bahamas or somewhere tropical. That's all I remember. And they had a huge window in their office, and they hired me to do a mural of a big ship on the ocean, and then I can't remember what kind of, they wanted me to paint a sign, words And I think it was like Viva something or other. I think I actually got a picture from that too. It's somewhere in all my things, but that was fun. And then I've also done windows for Michael's. And then I can't talk. I did a window, Christmas window for Chamberlain's food and supplement store, because I was working there. And they wanted a volunteer and nobody was stepping up, and so I finally said, okay, I'll do it. Because there's 2 other people that could have, you know, because they were also artists, but they they didn't want to do it. And I like I like people who when there's something that needs to be done, they'll say, okay, I'll do it. But see, that corporate atmosphere at that store, it soured people's attitudes. So nobody ever wanted to do anything extra. It's kind of like in a relationship. When you've been in a relationship with an abusive person, at first the abusive person is all gung-ho and love bombing you and giving you gifts and just really going all out to impress you and be nice. And then a few months down the line, you see the the symptoms of a toxic relationship. And then they kind of trap you, and if you can get out, if you recognize and know your value, then you can get out. But a lot of people get trapped in these horrible relationships, and it's hard for them to get out, because then by that time they have kids with the person, and it's just a mess. Thank God I never was able to have kids. I love kids and wanted them, but I just thank God to this now, after all is said and done, that I wasn't able to have any. So anyways, that's my life story. I didn't mean to get into all this crazy. It's just as I was saying, with corporations, they could choose to be pro-employee and pro-customer, but it's poisoned by Wall Street. Once they get on Wall Street and in the stocks, then everything goes to hell, because they have to impress the stockholders, and they think they're putting in ways to make money, but it always backfires. So I think there's another agenda. I'm pretty sure it's they like to buy these, you know, the private equity companies like to buy places like Joann Fabrics, and then they run them into the ground, and it's all for profit. They profit off of the bankruptcy of the company, and then not only do they destroy the company that's been there for, you know, years and years, decades. And people, you know, love that store. And then it's heartbreaking. They don't care. All they care about is, I think they actually enjoy it. They enjoy ruining people's lives because they're psychopaths. And I've studied psychopathy because I've been in a relationship with one, and it was not fun at all. I somehow was able to get rid of him, thank God. But they are not good people to have in your life at all. So there you go. And then I'll let those dry completely, and then I'll put some of this chalk paint on there, and then I will probably add more brown back in. And after everything's done, I will do the Mod Podge to seal it. And then I'm almost done with the file boxes. I just need to put some shelf liner on the inside part of it to make it look finished. And then after I get done with that, I'm going to glue these on, and then I'll probably make a video, a short little video to show you guys what they look like, because there's no point in going to the store and buying, well, wasting all this money when you can use material that you have at home, you know, because everybody orders stuff from Amazon or wherever, and the boxes come and then you have to throw them away. So why not just use the craft paper that it comes in, you know, the wrapping paper, and decoupage the box, or you could use wallpaper, or you could use good quality wrapping paper, paint, whatever. Sky's the limit. And then you can have your whole, you know, art studio or craft area all with the same, you know, similar patterns and, you know, color schemes to bring it all together and make it look really welcoming when you want to go in there and get busy on your projects. Because if you are working in a disorganized area, it really, I think it prevents, there's something psychological and where you just don't want to, if it's not nice and clean and well organized, then you're like, oh, I want to go in and work on my art project or my painting or my junk journal or whatever. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.